The MeiLong 7x7 V2M comes in at £15, which is the same price as the YuFu V2M, which is a pretty good budget cube. Unfortunately, the sample I've got right here has a missing piece, which I could probably replace. I'm pretty sure I have a replacement somewhere, but I haven't got around to doing it. And it's like, it performs well, and it's like design's clearly based off the MGC, but it's just, the magnets are too strong and it just feels quite slow. This is quite a bit faster, although only after you've set it up well and loosen the tensions a bit. Otherwise, it's also quite slow out of the box. So the MeiLong 7x7 V2M allows for pretty fast turning because its design is very much based off the AoFu WRM. It just has slightly cheaper plastic and slightly simplified design, I guess, because obviously it's a budget cube, so they can't do expensive molding techniques and things like that. But as you can see here, the cube does turn pretty well. As I've just solved this center, we can see that the cube is turning pretty fast and quite well. So it is a vast improvement over the original MeiLong 7x7, which I don't even sell. I mean, to be fair, maybe I should, because it's not that much worse than the Cheesing S2, which is the only non-magnetic 7x7 I currently sell on speedcubing.org. But this is just so much better. And like, when I got a I got a 228, I think, on this, and it's like, that's a budget cube that I just got a 228 on for 7x7. Like, that's just ridiculous, really. So I'm surprisingly impressed with this cube. Obviously, like, the AoFu WRM, especially the PiCube AoFu WRM, is just going to be better. And if you're willing to spend that much on a 7x7, then yeah, go ahead, get that, because of course it's better. But for £15, like, this is probably going to be better than the YuFu V2M. I'm surprised they couldn't do the same with the 6x6, although I haven't put as much effort into setting up the 6x6 yet, so it could just be that. But yeah, this just performs really well. So I'm gonna go over the mechanism quickly, and then I'm going to do a solve on it. I'm not sure how well that can stay in the camera. So it has one layer forward corner cutting of about 33 degrees. Two layer forward corner cutting of about 23 degrees. There we go, just about. Three layer forward corner cutting of about 19 degrees. However, reverse corner cutting is a place it really struggles, and is clearly worse than the AoFu WRM, hardly even managing 10 degrees one layer reverse, 14 degrees two layer reverse, and 19 degrees three layer reverse. The MeiLong 7x7 V2M mechanism is, yeah, well, let's just say it's basically a copy of the AoFu WRM. So we can see here that it's got these pieces which are pretty much exactly the same. Of course, the only difference is this one's a millimeter smaller, so it's obviously going to be ever so slightly different. In fact, ever so slightly wider thing there. I don't know what all these things are called, and if I did name them, people probably wouldn't understand. But yeah. So we have, let's get these pieces here. Very, very similar. The only difference is that the MeiLong 7x7 V2M is just slightly cheaper and more hollow in some of the designs, which is probably necessary. They try and make the budget cubes a bit more lightweight, and yeah, that's probably exactly what they've done here. MeiLong 7x7 V2M is of course very light, weighing only 163.8 grams apparently, which isn't actually that much lighter than the AoFu WRM, but in fact actually it isn't lighter at all, considering that the AoFu WRM is a millimeter bigger. But nonetheless, they still clearly try and make the plastic a bit more hollow, and just well, they're using cheaper plastic. The MeiLong 7x7 V2M is pretty much just a scaled down by 1mm AoFu WRM made with cheaper plastic. That's pretty much it. Yeah, wow. 247, my first solve of the day on a budget 7x7 at a weird angle so that you can see what I'm doing.